Hello there. The minute that we discovered that negative thoughts create negative emotions and that negative emotions create a painful life, we decided that negative thoughts were bad and positive thoughts were good. It's a logical assumption, and it's fair enough, except for this problem, which is that whatever we resist, we feed the focus of our energy to, and thus it persists. So when we try to reject, deny, disown, and get rid of our negative thoughts, it does nothing except for exacerbate them. It does no good to try to get rid of an aspect of yourself. This, in fact, creates a fracture within yourself, which is the opposite direction of healing. Healing is always going to trend in the direction of integration and of wholeness. By labeling something as bad, you feel instantly repelled by it. You begin to push it away from yourself, and this, in fact, adds energy to the negative thought. This is what creates a negative spiral. Now, if you're the kind of person who often gets into these negative spirals by virtue of resisting your negative thoughts, I want you to watch my YouTube video titled, "Is Your Mind Friend or Foe?" But today, for the sake of reducing your resistance to your negative thoughts, we are going to proceed with a brand new premise. That premise is, negative thoughts are good. How is this the case? Number one, we, as humans, are wired to find, recognize, and fix problems. We are designed to turn the unwanted into the wanted. This is why our species has evolved and adapted the world to us like it has. This is in fact the platform for universal expansion. It is also the basis of species evolution. If all we saw and recognized was perfection, there would in fact be no progression, no change, no forward movement, no movement at all. New ideas and inventions and possibilities are always the byproduct of first recognizing problems, and negative thoughts can in fact focus and motivate us towards whatever aim we have. 2. Negative thoughts are painful for us. They're painful enough that it causes us to question ourselves and question the thoughts themselves. What does this questioning create? It creates a separation between ourselves and the thoughts we're thinking. Negative thoughts can in fact cause a disidentification with thought, so that we may experience the difference between the thinker and the thoughts that are being thought. This disidentification, it makes us aware that there are two points of perspective present within us. We become aware of our eternal, non-temporal self, the aspect of ourself that is not ego, or that is beyond the ego, or that has created the ego. Life is transformed through the realization, I am not my thoughts. Negative thinking, therefore, can give birth to an awakening. 3. Negative thoughts are often a reflection of an emotion that needs to surface desperately. An emotion such as fear or jealousy or guilt or envy. What we must do because of these negative thoughts is to become aware of the emotion that is being reflected through them and to go be completely present with that particular emotion. We need to take the light of our consciousness down to that aspect of ourselves which has been suppressed, which is stuck within us, essentially. To understand or to learn how to do this, I want you to watch 2 of my videos. The first video is Positively Embrace Your Negative Emotions. And the second is titled How to Heal the Emotional Body. 4. Negative thoughts are in fact an invitation for unconditional love. Here's what I mean. Glossing over negative thoughts with positive doesn't work, and suppressing and denying them makes them fester, and they represent aspects of our being that need to be heard and felt, and so eventually we come to realize we must end our war with them. When we can learn to project love through and around the aspect of ourselves that thinks negative thoughts, or even the negative thoughts themselves, we are practicing unconditional love. We are not making our love of our mental aspect condition upon whether it is positive and feeling good. 5. There are many kinds of negative thoughts, but they are all designed to do one thing, and that's to keep us safe. The question is, to keep us safe from what? They are designed to alert us to something we wish to avoid. So the next time you think a negative thought, I want you to ask yourself, how is this thought trying to keep me safe? And what is this trying to keep me safe from? For example, a thought that is self-critical may be trying to keep you safe from embarrassment. Or a thought that is about a worst-case scenario may be trying to keep you safe from experiencing the very scenario it conjures. The kind of thought that most directly exists to try to keep you safe is worry. For this reason, you might want to watch my video on YouTube titled, How to Stop Worrying. 6. And now we come to the very most important point relative to negative thoughts. That is that every negative thought you have is in fact pointing you in the direction of something you desperately need and desperately want, and as such, it is leading you in the direction of your purpose. The time has come to consider that this part of you that is sharing this negative thought with you has something very valuable to share with you, and it needs to be listened to. What part of you do you reject by turning away from negative thoughts? Like a compass, your negative thoughts and subsequent emotions are letting you know which way you should not go. They refuse to let you stray from the path of your purpose and joy. We can use this to our advantage. Not only do we have a clear vision of what way to not go in life, we also can use that clarity of what is not wanted to decipher what direction to go in life, which is towards our wants and needs. Our journey is greatly assisted by being aware of what we want and need. So each time you recognize a negative thought, I want you to ask yourself, what is this letting me know that I want or need? And how can I more directly meet that need or want? You are never going to get rid of your negative thoughts. Believing that you shouldn't think negative thoughts or that you must get rid of these negative thoughts is only going to suppress them. And anything that is suppressed is going to become repetitive and obsessive. So what I'm going to challenge you to do is to see these thoughts as valid and as important, but not as necessarily true. It is possible for something to be valid, but to not be true. Your negative thoughts are a subjective perspective held by an aspect within yourself that is currently in pain. These thoughts need your loving care. So embrace your negative thoughts instead of resist them, and you will no longer be at their mercy. Have a good week.